What's going on, everyone? This is Dustin Stelzer with Electrician U, and today we're going to talk about whether or not you should be using bags or belts out in the field. All right, so this is something that's like the stupidest argument I think on the planet for electricians to be having, but you see it in Facebook groups. It's always Facebook groups too. Like some of the stupidest conversations and arguments and like most ignorance I think I see is a lot of Facebook groups. Seems like Instagram's not that way. LinkedIn's not that way. Actually, most of the world's not that way. There's just something about Facebook groups. So there's this argument that says if you wear tools, you're going to hurt your back, so you don't know what you're doing, and you're an idiot for wearing tool pouches and tool belts. And then there's this whole thing where people are like, if you use bags and you just set a bag in the center of the room, you got to keep walking back every 5 minutes to go get a tool, and you don't have your tools on you, so you don't know what you're doing, and you're not an electrician, you're a hack. It doesn't matter. Like, for real, dude, just get off of each other's fucking cases. Like, let people live. Holy shit. It's such a stupid thing because there's justifiable good reasons for both, and there's like idiocracy in both as well. So I get it. My back hurts like all the time. I've been wearing tools since I first started this. I use suspenders, and I hate every tool belt. Everything I've ever tried. I just don't like how they work. Most of them don't have the right pouches that I need. You know, like this one, the damn belt, these things like pop out all the time, so I'll just be sitting there with like tight tools on, and then boom, all of a sudden they just come loose. But what I like is that they have suspenders, so it like keeps all the weight off my lower back, but I have lower back problems because I didn't use suspenders for a really long time. But I get what people are saying. If you use this, you're gonna hurt your body. You're gonna tear yourself up over a really long time. People have been doing it for decades, dude, decades. There's probably more people in the construction industry that wear tools every day than that don't. So to say that it is an ignorant or stupid thing to do to wear tools, especially if you're on construction jobs. So like when you're out in the field swinging hammers and cutting stuff and climbing ladders and actually building all day long, wearing tools makes way more sense than anything else because you're constantly moving and doing different things. So having your tools on you makes sense. Now, if you're in service, I don't recommend wearing tools. Or maybe like some kinds of industrial maintenance maybe where you don't have to have all of these different things to do multiple different kinds of tasks, and where you don't need material constantly because you're building and doing things. If you're walking around with a multimeter and you're just checking things out, of course, carry a bag with you. Or even better yet, get a cart. Get some kind of cool cart that you can put your bag on and just tote that thing around. When I do service calls for like big box stores and stuff like that, I will take my entire bag. Actually, I usually use a backpack, like a tool backpack. But whatever, I'll take a couple of bags and I'll stick them in a shopping cart and I'll just wheel that thing in, and I'm freewheeling. Like, I don't have any weight on my body. I don't need 32 tools on me. I need the shopping cart with my bag of everything. So when I walk up, I know like I've got as many options as I need to, but I'm probably going to be in one place doing one very, very specific thing for quite a long time. Or I'm troubleshooting, so I'm taking something apart, I'm checking the voltage, checking the current, seeing if there's a fault to something, and screwing something back together. I might need a drill. So like all of that can fit in a bag. But that's it. That's like the people on both sides of the aisle are failing to realize that there's two completely different jobs, two completely different environments, and so you have to have tools on. And I know most companies that are construction based that get pissed if they get on a job site, if the master electrician shows up or the superintendent shows up and their guys are not all wearing tools, because that's production. And the more efficient you are, the more you have stuff close to you so you can keep working, the faster you are and the better that you do over a long period of time, the more you're profitable. Typically these kinds of jobs, there's a less profit margin. So these guys aren't making as much as a company. They have way more people that they're hiring, way more material cost. And it's a huge amount of time over a really long time. So the overhead, everything. So any little bit that you can squeeze out of people for efficiency helps you as a construction electrical contractor. Margin-wise, for service, you have a lot more margin. Usually double the margin, just kind of depends how you charge for things and what kind of insurance you keep and what kind of jobs you do and things like that and how tight you are with everything. But generally, you're going to be making more margin, maybe not as high of revenue because you're not building like $7 million jobs. You might do like $1 million in revenue for a year if you're a small company. But the margin, the profit essentially, is higher. So you're making more of a percentage on each job and you're doing multiple jobs a day. So it's a different reason completely. And with service, you're driving to like 3 or 4 different jobs a day. So maybe even more than that, like 5, 6 I've done sometimes. So having tools on like doesn't make sense. You're taking your tools off and then getting in a truck and trying to drive and then getting back out and like strapping your tools back up and walking, 500 yards across a parking lot. Like it just doesn't make any damn sense. It makes way more sense to work out of a bag. So it's just knowing your environment. I do know construction cats out there that work with a bag and they don't wear tools. They just don't want to tear themselves up. I know some guys that are completely banged up, like head to toe, missing toes, like fucked up backs, all kinds of stuff. Still wear tools every day. It's like just a preference. It's what you want to do. I say have both. I really do. I say have a good set of leathers just because every nylon thing that you get is going to rip and tear. This is not nylon. This is canvas. And it's Klein, so like it's just good quality. These bags are pretty dope. This is just more look for looks than anything. But canvas tool pouches that go on belts rip. Every year you're going to be buying a new bag. Maybe you can get away with 2 years, but everything you're sticking in these are sharp, so like you end up ripping stuff. Leather, I have had this Husky, I guess Husky and CLC got together and made a bag together. Everybody asks me, like, what is the brand or the model or whatever of this pouch that I wear? And I have no idea. I got this thing when I was like 21 years old. I'm 34, so I have no clue. But that's to illustrate the point that leather lasts. There's no holes. There's nothing broken. There's nothing wrong with this. And it has been rained on. It's been treated like shit, written on. I mean, I've bled on this. Like, there's actually blood marks, Like, this thing has lasted me forever. And it will probably continue to last me forever. And I only ever needed to buy one. So that's why I'm a big fan of leather pouches and, bags to begin with. This is not a huge, great bag in my opinion. I don't like these canvas bags that Klein makes as much as I like other like kind of hard lid boxes. And like, Klein has a pill box. It's like pill shaped, but the whole thing is hard and it's got a flat bottom. I love that. But I change all the time. I'm always buying new bags and trying to get a hold of new pouches to try them out, but I always seem to settle back on these, the Klein 11 pocket and whatever the hell this thing is, 1, 2, 3. It's got 4 pockets on it, but it's like an old framing material bag, and I like it because that's where I put my tape. I don't put my tape behind me. I don't like stick my tape down in one of these pouches. I actually like having a clip that I put it on. But I also like having a bag that has an external clip so that I can put my tape on it. But I'm real picky. Like, I think I just need to design some bags. If any of y'all like know anybody that's in the manufacturing biz and they want to like perfect an electrical bag, dude, I will spend as much time on that consulting with you as possible. Because nobody does. Nobody makes the best one. Vito has some pretty good ones. If you ever check out Vito Pro Pack, they're like 75% awesome. Again, it's like electricians. We need an electrician bag company. That's a great idea. Maybe I'll start that company. I just need somebody out there with like a lot of dough and some like hooks into the manufacturing field that knows how to get shit made. But I got crazy good ideas for both pouches and bags. So anyways, I digress. There is no answer. So this whole video, all this time of your life, you're never going to get back because I'm just sitting here rambling about dumb shit like bags. It's just, seriously, it doesn't matter. So I just want you to understand why you might, hear this argument that bags are stupid because you're going to hurt yourself, or I'm sorry, pouches are stupid because you're going to hurt yourself, don't wear tool belts, or bags are stupid because you have to keep constantly going back to the center of a room and grabbing tools and like sticking them in your pocket and they're falling out all the time. And I get both of them. Just know the environment that you work in. I say work out of both. Have one for construction, one for service, and you're good to go. Let everybody else fuck off. You know, everybody's going to have an opinion about how you work and the work you do, the quality you do, and whether or not that was a code violation or not. And geez, like, stop giving a shit so much about what other people think and just figure out what works for you. Do you, and then go home and like enjoy your life. And both ways are okay. They both have thumbs up. They both have thumbs down. Get over ourselves. I love you crazy people. Just figure out what you fucking like and stop making so many stupid comments on Facebook and being pricks to each other. See you in the next one.